Mark 1, the cave armor. First things first, Mark 1 basically was born from a pile of junk. You remember the Iron Man film in the MCU, right? Tony and Yinsen in a cave in the hands of 10 Rings terrorists. Stark has shrapnel in his chest. His heart is literally about to die. But what does Tony do? He tricks his captors, says, "I'm making a Jericho missile," but actually builds an arc reactor and a survival armor. Think of it like Prison Break, but the tech-heavy version. Here are Mark 1's features. Material, scrap metal, missile parts, basically whatever he could find. Weapon system, flame weapon, mini flamethrower vibes. Flight, none, but has rocket support. Durability, surprisingly tanky, bulletproof. Movement, heavy and clunky, but gets the job done. Yinsen's sacrifice? Man, that scene still hits different.
Don't waste it. Don't waste your life.
He says, "Don't waste your life, Stark," and dies. According to some fan theories, Dr. Doom is another variant of Tony Stark. Dr. Doom, because he never met Yinsen throughout his life, didn't develop his character like Tony Stark and became a villain. Write what you think about this topic too. After Yinsen dies, Tony literally escapes from hell with that armor. Explosions, bullets, chaos. That walk in the film scene when Tony exits the cave? Chef's kiss. Cinematic gold. But here's the tragedy. Mark 1 is the thing that saved Tony's life, but also Yinsen's grave. Every success comes with a loss, right? In the comics, Mark 1 is born similarly. Tales of Suspense number 39, 1963. There too, Tony is captured by a commander named Wong Chu, but the MCU version is more raw, more emotional. So, do you think the thing that really changed Tony Stark was Yinsen? Let's discuss in the comments. Now things get interesting. Mark 2, Silver Surfer vibes. What does Tony do when he escapes the cave? Directly enters his workshop and creates Mark 2.
For lack of a better option, dummy is still on fire safety. If you douse me again...
This is literally the proof of concept armor. The answer to the question, can I really fly?
At your service, sir.
Engage heads-up display.
Check.
And 4-door preferences from home interface.
Mark II represents the transition from Mark I's brutal simplicity to proper engineering. Mark II specs. Color, chrome silver. Unpainted, raw metal. Flight, first-time jet propulsion system. Basically real flight. Weapons, minimal, made just for testing. Problem, icing problem at high altitude. We see this with that iconic scene in the film. AI, first version of JARVIS integration. In the comics, Mark II gets less spotlight, basically an intermediate form created by the MCU. But the concept is the same. Tony perfects through trial and error. The funny thing is, Tony literally breaks through his own house's ceiling with this armor. Imagine your billionaire neighbor testing a flying robot suit at 3 a.m. Peak rich people problems. Write what score you'd give the Mark II armor out of 10. Mark III, classic icon. Now we're talking. Mark III is literally the icon. The red gold color scheme, that's the Iron Man look. When we first saw this in the MCU, we all collectively said, yes. When Tony solves Mark II's problems and creates Mark III, he's no longer just a man on the run, he's becoming a hero. That rescue mission in Gulmira? Man, that's when Tony realizes what he can do. Mark III, full package. Color, hot rod red plus gold, titanium gold alloy. Icing problem, solved. Add that to the checkup list conversation in the film. Weapons, repulsor rays, beam systems in hands and chest, mini missiles, shoulder mounted, flares, missile defense system, durability, can handle tank attacks, F-22 jets, flight, Mach speeds, smooth maneuvering. The Gulmira scene is low-key the best Iron Man action. Tony literally cleans up the bad guys, saves civilians, and finally does that iconic "he's all yours" repulsor blast against the tank. But the real emotional moment, Tony changes when he sees his own weapons killing innocent people. Stark Industries stops weapons production. That takes guts. Changing a multi-billion-dollar company in a risky way? That's character development. Then Obadiah Stane comes and manipulates the situation, makes Ironmonger, and enters an epic showdown with Tony and Mark III. That final fight? Brutal. Tony literally overloads the ARC reactor to stop Stane. And here's the tragic irony. The technology Tony created both saves him and tries to kill him. Technology is a double-edged sword, isn't it? In the comics, Mark III is different. There, the gold armor comes earlier, Tales of Suspense number 40. But the MCU's red-gold version basically became ingrained in pop culture's DNA. Everything from Halloween costumes to toys is this design. Speaking of Obadiah Stane, who do you think was the most legendary villain in Iron Man solo films? And now, Expo time.
Mark IV, the show-off. Party armor.
Mark IV is basically the upgraded, refined version of Mark III. But here's the difference. This is no longer just a weapon. It's a statement. Tony literally takes this out of a suitcase and wears it at Stark Expo. Wait, that's Mark V. My bad. Actually, we see Mark IV in Iron Man 2. Mark IV details. Design, nearly identical to Mark III, but upgraded internally. Improvements. More efficient energy use, smoother servo motors. Iconic moment. The show at Stark Expo. Problem. Performance drops due to Tony's palladium poisoning. Mark IV's most iconic moment? Tony literally DJing in the armor while throwing a party. He says, "I am Iron Man," sings, has fun with guests. That's peak Tony energy. Responsibility? Don't know. Fun? Definitely. But the dark side. Tony is dying. The palladium in the ARC reactor is literally killing him. That party? That's not celebration, that's a farewell. Low-key depressing when you think about it. These 4 armors are literally the foundation of Tony Stark's journey. Mark I, survival, tragic origin. Mark II, innovation, testing limits. Mark III, heroism, accepting responsibility. Mark IV, confidence, maybe too much. Going from scrap metal to high-tech suit, which of these 4 armors do you think is the most important? Which is the turning point that really made Tony Iron Man? Write in the comments, let's discuss.